Thank you for tuning in to TTV. I'm your host, Toya, and today we are talking about your finances. Yes, I know you don't want to talk about it, but it's something you need to talk about it, and you really need to listen to what it is that we're going to discuss today because it's something that's going to hit home to you. I know it will, trust me. But before we get started, please like, subscribe, and share because if you get anything out of this, chances are someone else will as well. So share with those you know, love, and care about. Also, check out the links down below for my book teas collection, as well as the link for Young Living, which is an essential oil company. They are the best in the business, in my opinion. And just a little fun fact, you can use essential oils for more than just aromatherapy. You have some of them that will actually help clear mold out of your house. You got some that will help with respiratory issues, some that will help just change your mood or relieve headaches and things like that. So check out the link down below and let's get to it. So talking about your finances, like I said, this is a touchy topic with a lot of people, okay? A lot of people. And when you go to approach people to talk about their finances, they get on the defensive, okay? Especially if you go beyond that to talk about like estate planning and things. And I really had to sit down and think about it. Like, why do we get so offensive and so defensive, offended and so defensive when we get to talking about our finances? And the only thing that I could really and truly come up with as a reasonable reason for it is that we know we're not doing something right. Because if you know you're doing something right, you have no problem telling somebody exactly what to do. Like if you have your job and you know your job and you know exactly what needs to be done and somebody come and tell you what you need to do or how you're not doing this, you like, girl, please, I've been doing this for 15 years. Okay, I know my job. All right. That's how we get. But when it comes down to our finances, we're not always sure that what we're doing is the right way. We're not always sure that we know exactly what we're doing because we might not be in a position that we want to be in. Now, we can talk all day. We're hypothetically speaking about winning the lottery or, coming into a lot of money through inheritance or something like that. But when it comes down to the everyday part of it and really looking and truly talking about our finances, we get defensive. Now, the other side of it is that people also get defensive like that because we've had too many people come up to us with the wrong information and try to exploit our ignorance or lack of knowledge in that area. And so that's also another one, but that's why you have videos like this. This is what you go to YouTube for so you can get information. So today I just really want to talk about that because the way I see it is and the way I look at it, and hopefully you can understand my train of thought is that would you go to a doctor who just nilly-willy figured out how to do stuff? Like if he just figured out, like if I stick you right here, your appendix stops hurting. Or if I cut you open and remove this little piece of flesh right here, then, your elbow stops hurting. Like, would you go to a doctor who didn't have any training? Like, really, would you, really? They never went to medical school. They never took a practice, like nothing. Would you go to them? Just like a car guy, like would you go to a mechanic who's never worked on a car before, never knew nothing about it, nobody taught him nothing, he ain't even teach himself, ain't read a book, ain't look at a magazine, a YouTube video, nothing? Would you go to them and try to figure out what's wrong with your car? No, you wouldn't. So why do we do that when it comes down to our finances? Why do we just go nilly-willy and just hope everything works out in the end? When we see ourselves, we're struggling, we're not doing right, those are times when you would go to a professional. So just like if you're having stomach pain, and everything you know to do or you've been told to do, you go through it, you do it. If you follow my channel, you know some of those things to do. You hit that cabinet for to see if you can find some sage or, you go get you some colloidal water. You get something, some peppermint tea, something to try to settle that stomach. And if it keeps happening, the pain keeps getting worse and worse, you end up going to the doctor, correct? So same thing with your car. Let's say you know a little bit of things to do. You know how to check the oil. You know how to check the transmission. You know how to check the brake fluid. You know how to do certain things. So you do those certain things and your car is still making that same sound that it was making that's making you nervous every time you stop at the stoplight, right? So then you take it to a mechanic or you go someplace like AutoZone or something so they can run a diagnostic test on it. Well, the same thing is with your finances. If you are not reaching the goals that you want to reach, if you're not getting to where you want to get to in life, as far as your finances go, that's when you reach out to a professional and you allow that professional to sit down with you and be open and be honest with them. Just like you would, well, I don't want to say just like you would be honest with your doctor because some of y'all lie to your doctor, but be honest with that financial advisor just like you would with your doctor. And so that way that they can help you, they can create plans, and they can go through what it is that you need to do and help you come up with a plan and map to how you get to where you need to go. So when it comes down to it, let somebody help you. I know people think that, to offer help or to get help from somebody, it makes you less of a person, or it makes you seem like you're incompetent. Listen, one of the things that I have learned throughout 2022, because 2022 was an educational year for me. Okay. I don't know what it was for you, but for me, it was an educational year. And one of the things I found out is that, especially when it comes down to business and finance, or when you're trying to do something beyond, the everyday thing, like you're not just doing your 9 to 5 job, you're trying to go beyond that and do more. Reach out to the people and allow some people to help you with that. So if you're not an expert on building a website, then let somebody else do that. If you're not an expert at, packaging, then let somebody else do it. If you're not an expert at organizing your business papers and things like that, let somebody else do it, so that you can focus on what it is that you're passionate about and what it is that you're trying to do. So for example, if you're in the candle making business and you want to make candles, you might not sit back and think, okay, well, how much does this cost? How much money am I spending? That's what you go to somebody else who's good with that for. You go let them check out your finances. Okay. You want to send these packages, but you don't know how to send the packages. Well, UPS will pack up stuff for you and send it off. It costs more, but it's an option. So I'm really just using this as an example so you get an understanding. You focus on your candles and let other people take those other lanes. You don't have to become a certified accountant. You don't have to become a packaging wizard. You don't have to, be a marketing expert. You don't have to do all of that. You sit there and you make your product and focus on what it is that you're trying to do. And you let other people take the reins on that. Well, it's kind of the same thing with your finances. You sit down with somebody, you allow them to go through, you tell them what it is that you want, whether it's opening up a business or, having your child go to college without having to pay or get loans and things. Or maybe it's a family vacation that you haven't had in the past 4 years and you want to take a big one someplace out of the country, or maybe a cruise or something like that. Whatever that goal is that you're trying to reach, if you're struggling to get to it, then that's when you call in somebody to help. I know what we do for our clients is we go through and we do, it's a whole software program that we have that we use, and we plug their information in there and it maps out a road for them, tells them when they're going to pay off all their debt, tells them when they can will have enough savings for that vacation they want. Maybe you need a new car, your car, down payment on a house, whatever it is you're looking for. We have tools at our disposal in which we can utilize to help you. But if you don't speak up and if you don't go to somebody who is actually there to do that job, like that's all they do, that's what they're there for, then you're running around in circles. And that's where a lot of times people get so offended and because they're embarrassed that they're not doing as well as they should be, or they feel that they should be. And I'm going to put myself out there. I worked in corporate America all that time. And until I got into this business and started doing this, I had no idea how wrong what I was doing was. Okay. So if I could get in that time machine and go back, oh, baby, with the knowledge I have now, I would. And so now this is the knowledge I'm trying to pass on to my children. I'm trying to pass on to my friends and my family so that we all can get our stuff together and we don't have to struggle like our forefathers did or our ancestors did. And so that's all I'm saying is if you are struggling, if you know you could be doing better than what you are, if there's a goal or something that you're trying to reach, instead of trying to figure it out on your own, instead of trying to diagnose your own car when you're not a mechanic, instead of trying to do your own surgery when you're not a doctor, let somebody who is in that area, is in that field, let them do that part for you. Let them sit down. And hopefully they go through and they explain exactly what they do and why they do what they do, because that's a real red flag. If somebody is hiding what they do or how they come across it or how they get it together, that's a red flag. Because anything that somebody is going to do for you, they should be able to explain it to you and they should be able to show you exactly how they're getting it done so that you are comfortable and have an understanding, a basic understanding of what's happening. If they're not offering you that, then I would say find somebody else. So that's my message for today. I hope you got something out of it. Again, if you did, please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to get in touch with me for more information, there is a email address down below, which is ttv@yahoo.com. Reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow.